Hello, you're watching Hornbill TV's Northeast Express. Within just 4 hours of conducting a traffic inspection drive along National Highway 6 in Reboy district, the Reboy police collected fines amounting to Rs 4 lakh from vehicles found violating various traffic regulations. The special inspection drive was carried out at Maudiangum along NH6 beginning at 9 p.m. and concluding at 1 a.m. During the operation, several vehicles were found to be in violation of the law, including cases of drunken driving, lack of valid documents, riders without helmets, use of prohibited vehicle lights, and other traffic-related offences. The drive was personally led by Reboy Superintendent of Police V.S. Rathore, assisted by additional SP Orville Masar, along with senior officers and other police personnel. The police seized several vehicles found in violation and did not release those that failed to comply with the law. According to reports from the inspection site, the majority of the fines, totaling around Rs 4 lakh, were imposed mainly on drivers under the influence of alcohol, along with other offenders caught breaking traffic laws during the 4-hour operation. Normal life was completely disrupted across the valley districts of Manipur on Wednesday following a bandh call by insurgent groups to mark their opposition to the merger of Manipur with the Indian Union on October 15, 1949. The shutdown brought Imphal city to a standstill with Thangal Road, Paona International Market, Alu Gali, MG Avenue, Masjid Road and Dharamsala, some of the busiest commercial zones, witnessing no business activity throughout the day. Nearby popular markets such as Singjamai Supermarket, Lamlong Bazaar, Kongba Bazaar and Kwa Kaithel Bazaar also remained deserted. Shops, markets and commercial establishments were shut and public transport stayed off the roads, affecting inter-district movement. Educational institutions and government offices reported thin attendance, while major roads in Imphal and other valley towns were a deserted look amid tight security deployment to prevent any untoward incidents. The bandh was called by several underground groups that observed the day as a black day, protesting the merger agreement of 1949 signed between then Maharaja Bodha Chandra Singh and the Government of India. No major incidents were reported till the time of filing this report. The Assam police will produce 5 of the 7 accused in the Zubeen Garg death case before a court in Guwahati on Wednesday, officials said. All 7 were arrested following the death of the popular Asmi singer on September 19, 2025. He added that 2 witnesses were already present at the CID office and the statements were being recorded. He further stated that they are not seeking further remand. If future remand is required on new facts, they will ask for it. Assam police have tightened security arrangements outside the CID office in Guwahati. Those being produced before the court include Shyam Kanu Mahanta, Siddharth Sharma and others who were arrested by SIT CID in connection with the case.
Total 7 persons whose police custody has completed. So we are producing them before the court today.
Sir, this is NR from the Singapore.
Sorry, 5. Sorry, 2 are still to be. Total 7 were arrested and 5 we are producing today. Yes.
And the remaining 2 others.
Their custody will be over tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So we'll produce them day after tomorrow.
So does the NRA from the Assamese from the Singapore also cooperate with this ongoing investigation? Today, sir, how many persons has been appeared before the?
Today already 2 are in CID. We are recording their statement, and 1 more is likely to come today. So that makes 10 of them NRIs have appeared before CID. Out of 11 whose names were found, 1 of them is a Singapore citizen, so his case is slightly different, but I am hopeful that he will also appear.
Sir, any response getting from the Singapore authority by the SIT CID regarding this ongoing?
Yeah, yesterday we received a communication in which we have been asked to provide the names of the officers. That's a normal process who are proposed to visit Singapore for conducting investigation, and what are our agenda. So we have replied to them immediately, and we are waiting for their response.
if they give the permission, then the SIT and the CID team are ready to go.
Yes, we are ready to go. Yes, our team is ready to go.
So one another case that the 19/2025 has been registered against the financial irregularity, something else against the Syamkana Mahanta. Sir,
That case is under investigation. I would only say that much at this moment.
Sir, any chances to get the remand the remaining three, there's the Zubeen Garg and the two PSOs by the SIT?
At this moment, we are not seeking further remand. But if future remand is required, if new facts emerge, we will ask for further remand.
Hundreds of late Zubeen Garg's fans gathered outside Assam's Baksa jail as key accused main event organizer Syamkanu Mahanta, Zubeen Garg's manager Siddharth Sharma, his cousin Sandeepan Garg, suspended APS officer, and two PSOs Nandeswar Bora were brought to jail after the chief judicial magistrate today sent them to judicial custody. Fans also reportedly pelted stones at the accused. 5 accused, Syamkanu Mahanta, Siddharth Sharma, Sandeepan Garg, Nandeswar Bora and Paresh Baishya are currently being brought to the jail for 14 days police custody. According to reports, fans are upset with the decision to send the accused to Baksa prison, a newly constructed premise with no inmates and a lot of amenities. Security forces have been deployed in large numbers to control the situation and prevent any violence. They were arrested in connection with the death of singer Zubeen Garg in Singapore last month. Following the protest by fans, tension gripped Baksa district jail after crowds started peddling stones at the jail gate where the 5 accused in the Zubeen Garg death case have been lodged following their judicial custody order. According to sources, locals assembled near the jail after learning that the accused Syamkanu Mahanta, Siddharth Sharma, APS officer Sandeepan Garg and 2 others were being shifted there. The crowd raised slogans demanding justice for the late singer, and the situation turned tense when a section began throwing stones, prompting police intervention. Additional security forces were deployed to restore order. Authorities confirmed that no injuries were reported. Officials said the 5 accused were earlier in CID custody and have now been sent to a 14-day judicial custody as directed by the Chief Judicial Magistrate Court, Guwahati.
অতিৰিক্ত আৰক্ষী অধীক্ষকগৰাকী আহত হৈছে। আপোনাৰ গাত শিল পৰিলে নে কাটিলে এয়া দেখিবলৈ পোৱা গৈছে। এটা কাম কৰোঁ, চব যাওঁ আগুৱাওঁ, বুজি পাইছে নাই? গাড়ীকেইখন চলাই দিছেতো, গাড়ী চলাই দিছে, চাইছে গেছে নাই, গেছ
The Supreme Court on Wednesday adjourned to October 29th the hearing of a plea filed by climate activist Sonam Wangchuk's wife Gitanjali Angmo against his detention under the National Security Act and seeking his release. The apex court adjourned the plea after senior advocate Kapil Sibal, appearing for Wangchuk's wife, said she wants to amend her petition. Activist Sonam Wangchuk's wife Gitanjali Angmo said in today's hearing the SC has passed 2 orders. One is to be given. The challenge is given by Sonam against the detention orders. Secondly, the application filed by them should be amended so that they can challenge the grounds of detention. The next hearing will be on 29th October.
तो हमारी पहली पेटिशन 6 अक्टूबर को उसकी सुनवाई हुई थी, जिसमें हमने ये ग्राउंड्स प्ली किए थे कि जो भी डिटेंशन ऑर्डर है हमें मिले ग्राउंड्स, और सोनम की हालत कैसी है हमें ये पता चले। तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने तब हमें डिटेंशन ऑर्डर मिलने का और सोनम को मिलने का ऑर्डर दिया था। तो 7 तारीख को मैं जब सोनम वांगचुक को मिली जोधपुर में, तो हमें डिटेंशन ऑर्डर्स दिए गए, लेकिन 11 को मैं जब दोबारा मिली कि उनका रिप्लाई क्या है उस डिटेंशन ऑर्डर को लेने के लिए, तो हमें वो नहीं दिया गया। तो आज की सुनवाई यही थी कि 2 चीज़ें, कि एक तो जो भी सोनम ने चैलेंज किया है ग्राउंड्स ऑफ डिटेंशन वो हमें मिला जाए। तो आज की हियरिंग में बेसिकली 2 ऑर्डर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने दिए हैं। एक की जो भी चैलेंज सोनम ने डिटेंशन ग्राउंड्स ऑफ डिटेंशन के अगेंस्ट प्रिपेयर किए हैं वो उसकी कॉपी हमें मिले, और सेकेंडली जो भी हमने एप्लीकेशन फाइल की थी उसको अमेंड किया जाए ताकि ग्राउंड्स ऑफ डिटेंशन को चैलेंज करने का हम उसमें डाल सकें, और ये नेक्स्ट हियरिंग 29 को होगी। थैंक यू।
The Northeastern Hill University Teachers Association (NEHUTA) staged a protest on Tuesday against the university administration, alleging prolonged inaction and mismanagement at Nehuta. Members gathered in front of the Vice Chancellor's office and held a peaceful demonstration, accusing Vice Chancellor P.S. Shukla of undue interference in the university's daily affairs despite his absence from headquarters for nearly a year. Speaking to the media, NEHUTA President Lakhon Kumar said the protest was a democratic expression of discontent triggered by the administration's continued neglect and irregularities. The teachers' body also criticized the delay in convening the Executive Council meeting and questioned the arbitrary reappointment of the Dean of the School of Social Sciences, calling for transparency and accountability.
Cibun stunat bafil ay wan ban sim ban ya penjaga ne ka jingya khi jongi bafin sutho ke eka mat bangi sim kaban ningkong ni akhi nambar pilai la sau banai tamanta nimdon jingya khi syok ni nambar hadu nambar kata ka jingya keren bat ngi bat ketuka tim bawan na Delhi bawan ban jai hang ni kila da kong ba kata ka meeting ba live hotari jong banai me arjar usan ban long ha Delhi kande ka meeting khaddo ba kumusong kuno kumu chairman Professor Shukla chair dia kata meeting juga executive council. Hanrei new iba halor boy ada dia don kum kata jing suthu hapdeng kan Nehuta hapdeng ki executive council member jungi na pot Nehu na college ki principal argon nang tabat kan Nehusu. Hanrei new iba menta uniu bisi halor bo don hang ni menta la lies pa life lies ni. Tamot la jandat shis nem haka khat lai tarik 9 November. Don hang ni hapok campus hanrei uele ban tuklar ba kam Nehu.
A python found lying motionless at JioTV Lowkul near the foothills of Soraching in Kakching district on Monday has been successfully rescued and released at a safe location. According to People for Animal Manipur Managing Trustee Lorembam Biswajit Mehta, 3 locals Mohammad Kamal Hassan, Mohammad Imtiaz and Suhaib Akhtar spotted the weak python along the roadside and immediately alerted forest officials. Acting on the instructions of Dr. L. Gisli, DFO of Thubal Forest Division, a rescue operation was led by H. Sundar Singh, Kakching Range Forest Officer, with assistance from PFA volunteers. The reptile was kept overnight at a shelter to recover before being released on Tuesday. The operation was supervised by R.K. Amarjit, Conservator of Forests Central, along with forest staff and PFA members. Officials confirmed that the python is listed under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act, granting it the highest legal protection. PFA's managing trustee thanked local residents for their cooperation and urged the public not to harm or capture pythons, warning that such acts are punishable under the law. The Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, COCOMI, has strongly condemned the demolition of the historic Manipur Rajbari, also known as the Redlands building in Shillong. The site once served as the royal residence of Maharaja Bodha Chandra Singh and was the location where the 1949 merger agreement between Manipur and India was signed. In a sharply worded statement, COCOMI described the demolition carried out under the so-called Infrastructure Development of Heritage Complex project by the Planning and Development Authority as an act of historical insensitivity and a betrayal of public trust. The organization rejected the government's claim that the building was unsafe, alleging that it could be part of a redevelopment plan to construct a new Manipur Bhavan. COCOMI warned that such an act amounted to a deliberate attempt to erase a landmark central to Manipur's political identity. The body demanded the construction of a full-scale replica of the original Rajbari within the same campus, preservation of the demolished remains as a permanent memorial, and observation of October 8th as a day of mourning and remembrance. Kokumi also sought a halt to ongoing works, an independent probe into the roles of the PDA and the Art and Culture Department, and public disclosure of all related project documents. Kokumi, urging Manipuri civil society and scholars to unite in defending the state's shared history, cited that heritage cannot be rebuilt with blueprints alone, as it lives through authenticity, memory, and respect. Security forces have arrested 3 active insurgent cadres belonging to different outfits in coordinated operations across Manipur. On Monday, in Imphal East, a KCP PWG cadre identified as Wangkhairakpam Romeo Mehte, alias Baruni, alias Kobru, aged 45, was arrested from his residence under Porampat police station. He was allegedly involved in multiple extortion activities, and a mobile phone was recovered from his possession. In another operation, a KCP Apunba cadre, Haubam Malem Gangba Singh, alias KGF, aged 25, was apprehended from Lamphel supermarket in Imphal West. Security personnel seized a mobile phone and a TVS Jupiter scooter from him. Separately, a UNLF-K cadre, Biki Sagolsem, aged 29, was nabbed from Muslim Basti More in Tengnopal district. The arrested insurgents have been handed over to their respective police stations for further investigation. The Supreme Court on Tuesday, while hearing a PIL, directed the Union government to instruct all states and union territories to depute a nodal officer to handle cases of missing children and to provide their names and contact details for publication on the Mission Vatsalya portal operated by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. The PIL was filed by an NGO, Guriya Swayam Sevi Sansthan, regarding kidnapping of children who were trafficked through a network of middlemen to various states such as Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. The bench of Justice B.V. Nagaratna and Justice R. Mahadevan heard the matter and directed once any complaint of missing child is received on the portal, there would be simultaneous dissemination of information to the nodal officers, who could in turn take steps for the tracking of missing child, investigation of perpetrators and for registering cases. The National Crime Records Bureau under the Ministry of Home Affairs compiles missing person statistics annually via state and UT police departments. Over the past 5 years, the number of missing persons in India has steadily climbed. Newly reported cases rose from around 3.8 lakh in 2019 to nearly 4.85 lakh in 2023, a 27% jump. When unresolved cases from previous years are included, the total missing population has swelled from 6.9 lakh to 8.7 lakh, showing that recoveries are struggling to keep pace with fresh cases. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has approved a 100% increase in financial assistance for ex-servicemen and their dependents under schemes implemented by the Department of Ex-Servicemen Welfare. The Penury grant has been doubled from 4,000 rupees to 8,000 rupees per month per beneficiary. This will provide sustained lifetime support to aged and non-pensioner ex-servicemen and their widows above 65 years of age with no regular income. The ministry said the education grant has been increased from 1,000 to 2,000 rupees per month per head for up to 2 dependent children. The marriage grant has also been raised from 50,000 to 1 lakh per beneficiary. The ministry said the revised rates take effect for applications submitted from 1st November this year onwards, with an annual financial implication of approximately 257 crore rupees. These schemes are funded through the Raksha Mantri Ex-Servicemen Welfare Fund, which is a subset of the Armed Forces Flag Day Fund. The decision will strengthen the social security net for non-pensioner ex-servicemen and widows, reaffirming the government's commitment to honouring the service and sacrifice of the veterans. In a major breakthrough in India's anti-insurgency efforts, senior CPI Maoist leader and Politburo member Malojula Venugopal Rao alias Sonu has surrendered before Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis in Gadchiroli along with 60 other Naxal cadres. The surrender marks a significant step towards peace with the centre, as Rao formally laid down arms at the Gadchiroli police headquarters on Tuesday. In his statement, Rao said the Maoist group has been engaged in peace talks with the government since March 2025 and reaffirmed their willingness to continue dialogue. He urged the centre to suspend armed operations for 1 month, allowing time for internal discussions among cadres and those in custody. Rao said he was laying down his weapons to join movements for the oppressed in India. He added that they sought 1 month to deliberate and were ready to hold talks with representatives appointed by the Union Home Minister. Rao revealed that despite a ceasefire offer made in May 2025, the government had not responded and instead intensified operations. He said the decision to surrender was taken to honor the late CPI Maoist Chief Secretary Basavaraju's call for peace after his death in a security operation. The Maoist commander also expressed willingness to hold talks via video call if necessary, stressing that the party's aim now is to end bloodshed and move forward mainstream reconciliation.
मी मान्य सरांना विनंती करतो की यांनी सोनू उर्फ भूपती याला संविधान व श्रीफळ देऊन त्याचे आत्मसमर्पण करून घ्यावे आणि त्याला पुढील आयुष्यासाठी शुभेच्छा द्याव्यात. सोनू उर्फ भूपती हा आपल्या AK-47 रायफलसह मान्य मुख्यमंत्री सरांसमोर आत्मसमर्पण करीत आहे. हा मागील 40 वर्षांपासून माओवादी संघटनेमध्ये कार्यरत होता. महाराष्ट्र शासनाच्या एकूण 60 लाख बक्षिसासह सर्व राज्यांमध्ये मिळून भूपती उर्फ सोनू याच्यावर एकूण 5.5 कोटी रुपयांपेक्षा अधिक बक्षीस जाहीर केले होते. आत्मसमर्पणानंतर पुनर्वसनासाठी केंद्र व राज्य शासनाकडून याला एकूण 25 लाख रुपये बक्षीस म्हणून मिळणार आहेत. तसेच दिनांक 1 जानेवारी 2025 रोजी भूपती उर्फ सोनू याची पत्नी DKZCM तारक्का सिडाम हिने मान्य मुख्यमंत्री तथा गृहमंत्री महाराष्ट्र राज्य श्री देवेंद्र फडणवीस सर यांच्या समोर आत्मसमर्पण केलेले होते. मान्य मुख्यमंत्री तथा गृहमंत्री महाराष्ट्र राज्य श्री देवेंद्र फडणवीस सर यांच्या प्रयत्नांमुळेच इतक्या मोठ्या प्रमाणावर मार्ग भरकटलेले माओवादी सदस्य आत्मसमर्पण करून ते लोकशाहीच्या मुख्य प्रवाहामध्ये सामील होत आहेत व त्यांचे जीवन सुखकर होत आहे. याबद्दल आजच्या या कार्यक्रम प्रसंगी सोनू उर्फ भूपती याची पत्नी तारक्का सिडाम यांच्याकडून मान्य मुख्यमंत्री सरांना पुष्पगुच्छ देऊन त्यांचे आभार व्यक्त केले. यानंतर या संपूर्ण आत्मसमर्पणाच्या कार्यक्रमासाठी विशेष परिश्रम घेणारे अधिकारी व अंमलदार यांना मान्य मुख्यमंत्री तथा गृहमंत्री महाराष्ट्र राज्य श्री देवेंद्र फडणवीस सर.
And that was all for this hour's bulletin. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Hornbill TV. Goodbye.